Good morning, everyone. You are in the Pill Method room. This is the Pill Method Club, and this room is how to pay off mortgages in 7 years. But not just the mortgages, folks. It's everything. It's your student loan. It's credit cards. It's car loans. It's everything because we focus on this cost interest rate. Did you realize you can cut your interest costs by up to 75%, therefore paying off all of your debt in an average of 7 to 9 years? That's mortgages, your student loans, your credit cards, your car loans, everything paid off in that amount of time. Oh, can you imagine it? Jared, I can't wait to get started.
Yes. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Jared Albrecht, and I'll be helping host the room today, bringing you on stage and curating the room. This room will last for 2 hours, but in 2 hours it goes by like a tap of a finger because there's knowledge being dropped. And there's so much great information being shared. But the thing that really helps the room get really impactful is by impacting people that ask questions. So if you have a car loan, a student loan, or student loan debt, you have credit card debt, and the key part of this room, you have a mortgage, you're thinking about doing a refinance, you're thinking about what kind of down payment should I do. Any question about this method and how it can save you tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars over your course of your lifetime, feel free to raise your hand and come on stage. We'll also be live streaming this on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And if you go into the chat, which is over in the lower left-hand corner, you'll see written out instructions to go to your iPad, your desktop, or your laptop to go ahead and put in ice10kvideos.com. Once you get there, you'll see Don's YouTube channel. Go ahead and choose the panel that says live, skip the commercial, and you will be able to see Don in his studio pulling up the amortization schedule, the interest cost calculator, and this will really help you digest exactly how Don is going to save you a ton of money by paying off the right amount of to do the right payments at the right time to save the most interest. And he'll explain the technology that he uses to do that. He has a book. He has a conference coming up. There's so much value in this room. So we'd love for everybody to click that number 7. Thank you to the 7 people that shared the room. So I'm going to lead by example. I'm going to click the 7 right now. I'm going to go to that yellow hand share on Clubhouse. I'm going to click that. I'm going to go into throw some gem emojis because that's what we do here. We drop gems. Now you see it's the number 8. So I love everybody to follow that example. This information is so important for the community, so important for your network, and they will thank you for sharing this room because this room is tangible advice, not fluff, not concept. This is actual step-by-step how you should think about your mortgage and anything that has interest associated with it. All right. So with that being said, we're just going to do quick intros of ourselves, and then Don is going to set the room, and then we're going to go ahead and get into it. But please raise your hand, come on stage if you have a question. As Don explains what this room's about, if it clicks to you that, ooh, I want to ask a certain question, come onto the stage and ask it. And if you're in the chat of YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter, go ahead and write it into the chat as well. And my man Kirk will go ahead and make sure that we get to you promptly. All right. That being said, I'm going to pass it back to Don so he can explain what you're going to get out of today's room.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Don Daniel. I'm the founder of P.I.L.L Method International, a better way to eliminate debt. We have a book by the same name, by the way, and it has been #1 on Amazon at least 5 different times. So, folks, I want you to know that we are here because we've been here for the last 16 years. Teaching people how to read an amortization schedule, letting them know that you're paying way more interest than you need to, letting people know that this all started back in 1934, where 30-year amortization came into being, but people have been paying more interest than they need to because understanding how an amortization schedule works is not taught at any level of financial education. We're going to show you a bunch of things today. I mean, if you're just like Jared said, if you're wondering whether it's a good idea to put a large down payment down on a home or a car, never do it. If you're worried about rising interest rates on because that's what we're hearing, and everybody's saying, "Oh man, I wish I had gotten that 2.9% interest rate when it was available, and now interest rates are going to go up. Now I'm going to see if I can wait till they come back down." I want you to know that it's actually easier and cheaper to pay off a home with a higher, slightly higher interest rate than the slightly lower ones that we just had. What? You can pay off a home faster and cheaper with a higher interest rate? Let me show you how all of that works in an amortization schedule where you're better off with a higher interest rate. Thank God you missed the lower interest rate. Oh my goodness. We're going to show you how that works as well. Listen, if you have anything that you think you know about finances or paying off debt, how about the debt snowball or the avalanche method? Did you realize that people who have the debt snowball or using the debt snowball or the avalanche method to pay off their debt, and someone using the P.I.L.L method, if they were side by side with the exact same in financial footprint, do you realize that the people who are using the debt snowball or avalanche methods are going to pay $50,000 to $70,000 more in interest to pay off their loans than somebody using the P.I.L.L method? See, it's not about just paying off the loans fast, folks. You want to be able to pay them off cheap. Stop giving all that money to the bank. We're going to make sure that you pay the least amount of interest that's mathematically possible. And we're going to talk about that today. So come up on stage, ask your questions, and we're going to go straight ahead and make sure that all of this information gets out. Kurt, back to you. Kurt, speaking of Kurt, come on stage, man. we need to see your face in the place if we can. So let's go ahead, Jared.
Great. So Don, go ahead and have an example set up just in case there's no questions. But we really love to answer questions because my favorite part of this room is the shock and awe that people have when they go through their personal examples and Don guides them. Plus, it's actually going to save you money in 2022. So closed mouths don't get fed. Don't be shy. Come on stage. But my name is Jared Albritton. I've been in the tech space for over 15 years. I built my community on Clubhouse, helping people break into tech, and I've expanded that into helping people break into the metaverse, NFT space, crypto space, and I also support rooms like real estate and anything that has financial empowerment and financial generational wealth building, especially for our community. So if you want to check me out on Clubhouse, check me out on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and I'll also have a 5-week season on an app called Voices, called Welcome Metaversity, Welcome to the Metaverse. It's going to be me live on video. I'm bringing people in from different metaverse environments. And we're going to really deep dive into all the metaverse opportunities, but we'll also have a private Discord. We'll be able to meet up in different metaverse environments and put each other up on financial opportunities in the metaverse. So with that being said, I'm going to pass the mic to Kenyatta to introduce herself. All right, Kenyatta might be away right now, but we will make sure she introduces herself very, very soon.
I'm here. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good people. My name is Kenyatta. You can find me at kenyatta.com. And I am the young lady that can help you find a deal, finance that deal, cancel the interest on that deal so we can find yet another deal. And it is amazing to be here on this Sunday, sharing this space and time with you.
Awesome. We got a special guest, Najee Barnes, in the building. So Najee, we're just doing a quick introduction. Don's going to get into some examples. So we'd love for you to introduce yourself to the audience, let everybody know who you are, what kind of value you add on Clubhouse, and also, how they can contact you outside of here.
Yeah, my name is Najee Barnes. I'm a long-term buy and hold real estate investor out of Houston. We hold single family and multifamily in our portfolio, but really only looking at multifamily going forward. I'm just here to add value from an investor perspective. If you got any questions on how to get in the game, or how to level up, or how to scale up your business, or property management, or any of that kind of stuff, I'm your guy, and I'm anxious to hear Don.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. Up next, we got the general contractor, Katina McClinton.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Katina McClinton. I'm a general contractor in the state of Florida. Just here to listen and add value where I can. If you have any questions, um, general contracting, let me know. Katina10k.com.
All right, perfect. So we're going to get into our first example. So again, if you weren't here when I mentioned it, if you want to see this example live on your computer screen, go to your iPad, your desktop, or your laptop. Type in ice10kvideos.com. That'll take you to Don's YouTube channel. Use the icon that says live. Skip the commercial. You see Don in the studio. We'll be putting up examples of the amortization schedule, the interest cost calculators, and you'll be able to see the numbers on your screen. They'll help you digest this information. And thank you to the 19 people that have shared the room. You're awesome. If you haven't done so already, please share the room. And if you're on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter, please share on those platforms as well. So with that being said, Don, we don't have a question yet, but please, if you want to ask a question, feel free to come on stage. This is very interactive. The more interactive, the better. But maybe this example will stoke some questions. So Don, what is the first example you're going to show us today?
Well, listen, we've got an example up on the screen right now. It's from a real estate investor right here in Huntsville, Alabama. But I want to thank Tasheen Todd for sharing the room, and Vina Cochran for sharing the room, and Regina Lynch. Oh, and we can't forget about you, Jared. Thank you for sharing the room. Folks, come on up here. Go ahead. We've got 19 different shares. We're up to 20. Keep on doing it, and so we can get the information in here. But I also want to thank you, Jared, and Kenyatta, and Onaje for being saying that you will be available to be a speaker at the very first event that P.I.L.L Method will be holding in Nashville, Tennessee, on May 20 through the 22nd. These are going to be featured speakers there, folks. It's going to be an awesome, awesome event. We also have a keynote speaker by the name of Eric Thomas, who's going to be there as well. He is the #1 motivational speaker in the world. We're going to be talking more about that in just a little bit. But getting back to this first example, now, here's what I need people to know about what we do in relationship to real estate investing. All right, because when we are saving money on interest, most people are thinking, I've got to take money, pay down the debt. And if I'm a real estate investor, why would I take the funds that I'm going to invest to grow my portfolio? Why would I take that money and pay down a loan when I could get that money and invest it and make even more money? I want you to know, folks, that the P.I.L.L Method does not touch one dime of the money that you've earmarked for investing. Not at all. We're going to show you an example of what we're talking about here. So if you are on the stage right now, if you want to see this example of how we helped a real estate investor, longtime investor, I mean, multimillionaire investor, save money and not use a dime of the money that was that he uses to invest in other properties. Oh my gosh, you want to see this one more time, because we might have had some new people come into the room. Let's make sure. Yeah, we do have some new people in here. Let's make sure that they can see this example.
Yeah, so if you want to see this example, and it's also written in the chat, so if you want to just read it out, that's cool too. But just go to your laptop, iPad, or desktop, type in ice10kvideos.com. That'll take you to Don's YouTube channel. Choose the icon that says live, skip the commercial, and you'll be able to see all of this live on your screen. All right, Don, back to you.
All right, so folks, we have two loans here, and right here in northern Alabama, and this first one, now how this guy came to me is that he got a hold of my book, and when he read the book, it was like light bulbs came on, because he has these buildings and they're cash flowing very well. He's making his mortgages add up to about $14,000 a month, but he's cash flowing over 40,000 from all of the tenants. All right, remember that $40,000 coming in, paying $14,000 on the mortgages. So he bought them right. He's renting them right. He's doing everything right as far as real estate investors are go. And I'll tell you, folks, I'm a novice when it comes to real estate investing. So if you want to ask some questions about that, now's the time, because we have Onaje Barnes on the stage that can answer questions about real estate investing. And we're going to kind of dovetail that with saving money on interest. So on this very first one, the interest rate is 3.25%, 3.25. Now it is a 20-year amortization. And in this particular loan, in 2 months, he's paid this loan down by $7,374.92. But look at the interest cost in just 2 months, $4,609.08. It cost him $4,000, $4,600 to pay his loan down by $7,300. You see, he wasn't paying attention to the interest cost before, because we have tenants paying the loan. He says, well, my tenants are paying it. I didn't pay that much attention to it. Plus, I got $14,000 going out. I got 40 grand coming in. Oh man, that's I'm in pretty good shape here. So now on loan number 2, okay, it's an SBA loan. It's over $1 million. And so it's at 5%. Now in 37 months, he's paid this loan down by $99,795.91. But look at the interest cost on that loan, $222,252. $222,000 in interest paid out. So when we got together, he gave me a call and we started talking about it. And I said, when your tenants pay you that rent, how much of when it hits your bank, how much of that money is yours? He said, all of it. I said, how much of it do you want to keep? He says, as much as I can. That's why I have great tax professionals working with me, so I don't have to pay all, on my profits, I don't have to pay a lot of taxes. I said, do you realize now that you're also paying a lot of interest? Let's see how you can do that, how you can save money on that. He says, Don, here's the thing. Out of that money, I've got most of it earmarked to reinvest. I don't want to touch that, but I do have about $6,000 a month going into a reserve fund so that I could have monies available to do repairs on the property, just to do maintenance, to take care of it, because we do a good job of taking care of these buildings that I have. And I said, well, great. So let's take based on that, let's take a look at it. I can't touch all that other money, but you're putting $6,000 away in the bank for repairs. Okay, got it. Let's see what we could do. Now, when both of these loans hit 5 years, because he's had them less than 5 years, but when both of them hit 5 years, here's what it's going to look like. He will have paid the loans down by $409,592.65. But it will cost him in the future $472,167 in interest for that potential equity. Now, folks, if you're looking at this thing and you got $409,000 paid down in potential equity, now let's just say we're not going to regard market conditions right now, and the fact that his buildings are way more valuable now than they were when he first got them. Let's just look at the pay down on the loan. $409,000 in potential equity, but it costs $472,000 to get it. So if we add it all up, here's how much he's paid out so far. $334,000. This is how much he's paid out. $334,000 in principal and interest just to get $107,000 worth of benefit. This is how we need to start looking at our loans. $334,000 paid out, $107,000 in benefit. How much interest does the bank want on the two buildings from this point forward? A total of $1,123,195. $1 million, $1,123,000. That is how much interest the bank wants on these two buildings. So I'm going to scroll down here and we're going to look at the left side, which is the bank's plan. The bank loves this plan. And I'm here to tell you folks, I am not anti-bank. I love the bank. Why? Because they have money I can use to invest. They've got it. So why use my cash when I can use their money and invest? You see what I'm saying? So now here's what we're also talking about. I found out how I can borrow their money at a discount, 75% off. Who doesn't like a sale? So anyway, here's what we've got. Right now, his indebtedness, total indebtedness is $2,236,000. $2,236,000. And to pay that off in 21.9 years, the bank wants $1,123,000. I showed him a way to be able to pay off this loan if he chooses to. It will only cost him to manage these loans $243,000. $243,000. And he could pay them off in 4.9 years. Take the interest money and the money he's no longer paying on these buildings and invest it over the next 18 years and turn that money into over $9 million. You see, compound interest working for you, folks. Is the way you want to do this. You don't want all that interest cost working against you. Put yourself in a position where that compound interest can work for you. And instead of giving it to the bank and cash flowing like crazy, he can now save over $800,000 in interest, almost $900,000 in interest. He does not have to pay the bank to acquire the same asset. Take that money and the money that he's paying down these buildings with, and then turn that into over $9 million. Man, oh man, was he happy to see this. He's still in the program today and absolutely loving it. Now, how did he get there? Okay, how did he get there? So we're going to show you on this. Let me put a different loan on here. So we're going to change screens now. And while we're changing screens, so if we have any new people in here, we need to invite them in so that they can see what's going on.
All right, yes. So if you're new to the room and you're wondering, how do I see this example? You just go to your laptop, desktop, or iPad, type in ice10kvideos.com. That's again, ice10kvideos.com. Choose the panel that says live, and then you will be able to see this on your desktop, iPad, or laptop. All right.
All right.
And if you want to see those examples, if you want to see the description of the process in the chat, then go ahead and click chat. You'll see it posted twice.
All right. So we're changing up screens here. We're going to share this screen now. All right. So we're putting up a different screen. All right. So we're going to put in, so our interest rate is, we're going to put a 5% rate here. Okay. 5% interest rate. Boom. And then for 30 years, and we're going to put in $1,250,000.
Hey, Don, we don't have a screen yet.
We don't have a screen yet. So there we go. All right. So let me. All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1,250,000. And there we go. All right. So the payment on this is $6,710.27. Okay, $6,000 a month. So let me make sure I have the right number in here. Yeah, 1,257,000 at 5% interest. If we take a look at this thing, look at how much interest the bank wants on this loan. On $1,250,000, the bank wants $1,165,697 in interest. Look at that. A total payback on this loan, $2,415,697.20. Wow. So remember, I was telling you about this guy who he's putting away about $6,000 into a bank account each month just to be able, he's got over $100,000 in that bank account right now. And I said, is it, what kind of account is it? He said it's a savings account. I said, right now you're making what? About 1/10 of 1% on it? He says, yeah, but I have other investments that are, that are doing quite well. So having this money available to me to be able to do repairs if I need it is that's just the way, it works out well for me. I said, okay. So now let's say let's understand how all of this works. So if you take a look at your payment number one here, $1,501.94 goes to principal, while $5,208.33 goes to interest. He said, yeah, well, that's just the name of the game. That's just the cost of doing business. And I said, okay, let's just say that we make this first payment in January. All right. So he's making that first payment in January. And now we'll look at payment number 2, which would be February's principal payment. And it looks at like $1,508.19. Well, and then $5,202.08 in interest. So I asked him, based on what you read in the book, if you start out in January, all right, make your payment in January, your principal payment for February is the $1,508.19. Do you have to wait till February to give that to the bank? He says, no. If you had it, could you pay that also in January on top of your regular mortgage payment? It says yes. Did you realize all of that money would go to principal and you'd be paid down to line 2 on your amortization schedule? You already paid down to February's principal payment already in January, which means your next mortgage payment for February is actually going to be on line 3 of the schedule. The payment for March actually moves up 1. You got rid of line 2 on your amortization schedule, not for $6,700, but for only $1,500. He says, I never looked at it that way. I never realized that. For $1,500, I got rid of line 2. And then I said, well, what happened to the $5,202.08 on line 2? What happened to that interest cost? And when I asked that, most people say, well, it went down to the $5,195. I said, no, it went down, but it didn't go down to there. It went down to 0. You just saved $5,202 in interest you never have to pay because you prepaid $1,500. Says, what? Yeah, I said, what if we did the January payment and then we gave the bank the next 3 principal payments? This one, that's $1,500. Then the one on line 3, the $1,514, and then the one on line 4, the $1,520. Okay, so that's a little over $4,500. What if we took that money and applied it to the principal in January? what would happen to these three interest payments over, that's over $15,000 he would not have to pay in interest just for giving the bank the $4,500 early that he was going to give them anyway. But now he could do it and save about 15 grand in interest. Folks, how exciting is that? How exciting is that? So now here's where we got to really boil this thing down. All right. So if you take a look at line 12 on this, all right, line 12, that is 1 year into this mortgage. Line 12, and then if you look at cumulative principal and cumulative interest. Oh, I'm just so excited. I'm getting tongue tied up here, Kenyatta. Oh my goodness. Jump in here anytime and help me out. So listen, folks, if you take a look at this on line 12, 18,442.07. That's how much principal he's going to pay down in 1 year. But look at the interest on that. It's going to cost him $62,081.17 in interest in just the first year. And why does he not care? Why did he not care before? Because his mortgage payments were $14,000 a month, and he's cash flowing over $40,000 a month. How about that? That's why I didn't pay attention to it before, but now he sees that. So now I'm asking him, this $18,000 that you're going to pay down, that you pay down in this first year on this one loan, do you have to pay this $18,000 in 12 monthly installments? He said, no, I don't have to pay it in 12 monthly installments. I said, if you had it, could you pay it all at one time on line 1? He says, yes. And I said, would you be paid down to line 12 in just 1 month? He said, yeah. So I said, you know that $100,000 you have sitting over there in the bank, making 1/10 of 1%, just sitting there waiting for something to go wrong so that you can, do the upkeep and maintenance on your buildings? He says, yeah. I said, could you borrow $18,000 from that reserve fund? 18,442.07. Could you take that money and apply it to this loan? He said, yeah. And I said, would you be paid down to here in 1 month? I said, now take a look at this. If you did that, what would happen to all the interest costs between line 2 and line 12? They would be canceled. In other words, you would pay the same amount of money that you would pay the bank over 12 months, but you give it to the bank in the first month. You're paid down to line 12 on your amortization schedule in 1 month. So it doesn't cost you $62,000 in interest to accomplish the same goal. It only cost you $5,208.33 to do the exact same thing. Man, oh man, was he happy. I just get so excited pointing this thing out. That is saving him $56,943.13 in interest he doesn't have to pay to accomplish the same goal. And then I asked him, now that you put the $18,000 down out of your savings account, how long will it take you to pay yourself back out of the percentages that you've already established in your business? Well, I'm putting in $6,000 a month, so I guess it'll take me about 3 months to pay myself back. I said, then could you do it again? And then in 3 months, do it again. And in 3 months, do it again. Oh my goodness. This is how this works, folks. He's using this lazy money over here to kill massive amounts of interest, advancing it to the mortgage, paying money he would have paid anyway. And it's saving him a ton of interest, almost $900,000 in interest, almost $1 million in interest he never has to pay. Jared, back to you, sir.
So Don, if there's a real estate investor or just anybody in this room or listening on the stream that wants to understand the month, date, and year they can be debt free, or how they can be strategic in the way that you described to save over $900,000, how would they get in touch with you and your team?
Listen, there's a link pinned at the top here, ice10klive.com. And when you click on that link, ice10klive.com, when you click that, it'll take you to my digital business card. And we've got this right on the screen here. Thank you, Kurt. Man, I'm telling you, Kurt is on it today. All right. And so by doing that, you will see the button that says get a savings and earnings report. All right. So when you get that savings and earnings report, when you click on that button, it'll take you there. Just follow the directions, folks. And the website wants to verify your cell phone number. So when you click on confirm your cell phone number, wait patiently for the code to show up in your messages. Don't click it 2 or 3 times. Click it once. Wait for the code to come up, and then take the code and place that into the website, and it'll let you into a financial form. Once you're into that financial form, put every debt you have. I mean, the more, the merrier. We love it when we see a ton of debt in there. Put it all in there. Just follow the directions, and then we'll be able to tell you the month, day, and year you're going to be debt free and how much interest you're going to save. Someone from my one of my assistants will give you a call and set up a consultation. Jared, it's as easy as that. I will tell you though, folks, because of we've got so many people are inputting their information. It may take us 3 days to give you a call, but wait patiently. We're getting caught up. So just know that we got it. But we will give you a call. Sometimes it's faster, but no, generally no more than 3 business days, and we'll get you going. Jared, back to you, sir.
Awesome. If you're new to the room, make sure to click that greenhouse at the top, follow the club, and also make sure you click on Don's profile, give him a follow. Kenyatta, the general contractor, they all do great rooms on Clubhouse. You're always curated about who you follow, so make sure you follow these folks. So you see all the great content that they do. But Danny had a great question in the chat, so I decided to bring him to the stage. And Danny, thank you so much for coming to the stage. And anybody else that wants to come to the stage, feel free to raise your hand. This room is so much richer the more we can make you rich. So come on the stage if you have a question. But Danny, please let us know what your question is.
Oh yeah, I just refinanced a 30-year mortgage into a 15-year.
Yeah.
I had the house for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at a 4.25 on the 30. I refinanced it to a 2.5 on a 15. And I just wanted to know if that was a beneficial move based on your guys' current situation that I could possibly learn from, or where should I go from here, so to speak?
All right. Well, I can tell you where you can go from here. We can still save you a ton of money in interest. So is that something you're looking forward to, saving money on interest on your current situation and getting out of debt faster?
Exactly. I believe my first loan was about 4.25 on 240,000 pretty much.
Okay.
I think that loan was going to cost me about 193,000 in interest.
Right.
180,000 in interest.
Mm-hmm.
But at the stroke of a pen, I think I saved myself about 80 grand, 90 grand just for that refinance. And I can cut into that a little bit more being aggressive. Right.
So here's what you want to do. You always want to put yourself in a position that if you want to be aggressive, make sure you're putting yourself in a very good position. All right. So first of all, let's go ahead and put your original loan in here. Are you watching this on screen?
I could go to the screen, yeah. So
you want to go to put in your iPad or your tablet or a computer and just go to ice10kvideos.com. ice10kvideos.com and that'll take you to our YouTube channel, and just find just find the one that says live and click on that.
Okay.
All right. So what was the original amount of the first loan? Let's go there first.
$239,400.
239,400, and it's a 30-year loan, right?
30 years at 4.250.
4.25. Okay. And you were in this loan how long before you refied it?
4 years.
4 years. Did you do very much to pay it down sooner? I mean, did you add extra money to principal?
No, I had a PMI of $71.82.
Okay.
I got rid of that in the first 3 years,
Okay.
and I just refinanced. So
All right. So here's what
I
we're
didn't do
doing.
anything aggressive as far as extra payments.
Okay, good. So you said you were in it again. How long were you in this loan?
5 years.
5 years. So listen, folks, we got some new people in the room. Miss Kenyatta, are you with us this morning right now?
I am. I'm right here.
How about that? You're traveling all over the place, aren't you?
Yes, I'm behind the scenes of the war seminar that's happening right now, and there's some great information going forth with credit guidance over there. Shout out to our girl that is the official credit repair specialist here in this room. But yeah, what do you need from me, Don?
Well, listen, just tell the folks, you can tell the folks that how they get there, how they can see this example. And Kenyatta, thank you so much for being here, because the women assets and real estate, I know a big thing going over there, and this is why our stage is so bare this morning, because they're over there at that conference, and I'm going to jump in as soon as I can, but I appreciate you doing double duty this morning. I just want you to know that.
I gotta cover all my bases, Don. Gotta sow my seeds, you know?
All right.
So, good people, those of you who just entered into the room, what you want to do is go to ICE10K videos, no, ICE10Klive.com video. Right, Don? How do I say that?
ICE10K videos.com.
Video. I'm sorry, y'all. ICE10Kvideos.com. That's where you want to go to. It's going to take you to YouTube. And once you're there, go ahead, comment, like, subscribe, and most importantly, share.
Amen. Amen. So, folks, we got some folks in here taking a look at what we've got. So, sir, let's see, Danny, are you seeing the example on the screen now?
Yes.
All right, good. So we got your 239,400, and you said now we're going to take a look at this. And on this, the bank wanted you to pay 184,572 in interest over 30 years.
Yes, 185, 574, 89.
All right. And so now, so you said, man, I don't want to pay all of that. So let me do what I can do. Now, what you did is what 99.99% of people do when they're trying to save money and interest. They'll refinance it, get a lower interest rate, and then they'll shorten the term. Okay. So here's another thing that we need to, this is the first point. Okay. Number one, you do not need permission to have a 15-year mortgage. You don't. If you wanted, you could turn this one by getting an amortization schedule, and we're going to put that 239,000 in. We're going to duplicate this tab. Okay, we're going to put everything else in, but I'm going to change this 360 to 180. All right, take the payment out and calculate my payment for 30 years, which would be $1,800 for 15 years, which would be $1,895 on the original loan. So you don't need permission to have a 30-year loan, 15-year loan. You can just start making the 15-year payment. Does that make sense?
Correct.
Okay, good. So now here's the other thing. You said you were in this loan, what, 3 years or 4 years before you refinanced it?
4 years.
4 years. So we're going to take a look at how much interest was paid in the first year. In the first year, you paid this loan down by $4,000. And in the first year, you paid $10,000 in interest. In 4 years, okay, that's 48 months. That's $17,000 paid down and $39,000 in interest paid. And so now we're going to refinance the loan. So when you refinance the loan to 15 years, how much was the new loan at the 15-year point when you refinanced it? How much was the total amount?
I believe it was 223,925.
Okay. And did it cost you anything? Was there any closing costs?
I believe it was 5,000.
Around 5,000. Now, was the 5,000 on top of the 223, or did it include
Included in the 223.
Okay, so you actually paid it down. You actually paid it down. Well, you put a little bit of money on principal. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this. We're going to duplicate the tab one more time, and now we're going to put in 223, right? 223,000 at what's our new interest rate now?
2.50.
2.5, and we have 180 payments, 15 years, and now our payment is 1486.94, and our original payment was 1,177.70. Okay, so here's our new payment of around. This is just the principal and interest now. 1486.94. Are we fairly close?
As far as
Principal and interest payment.
principal and interest.
Yep.
At how much do you have for principal?
I have $1,486.94.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Pretty close. Okay.
About 14, 15, yeah.
Okay, so here's what we're looking at. Okay. Now, if you see this, do you see what the principal payment is here? It's going to be a little bit delayed between what you hear and what you see. So we're starting out on this new loan with principal payments of $1,022.36, but the interest payment is $464.58. Are you seeing that?
Yes.
Okay, great. So have you been to this room before?
No.
Okay. So so I'm going to go just over what it means to prepay and what you're going to get. And I'm just going to use the numbers here. I'm not going to make up any numbers. So if we make our first payment here, all right, the principal payment on line 2 is $1,024.94. If you prepay, if you make your regular mortgage payment and then prepay another $1,024.49 in the same month, you knock out line 2.
On principal?
On principal. You knock out line 2. And you save this interest money here that you never have to pay. In fact, so your next mortgage payment for next month is actually on line 3 of the schedule. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So do you see how much you had to pay to get rid of line 2 at the lower interest rate, plus we lowered the term to 15 years. So it takes over $1,000 to prepay to eliminate one line of your amortization schedule. Okay. Now on your original loan, 4 years in, okay, look at your principal payment now. Wait a second here. Am I on the right? 4.25. Yeah, 30. Yeah. 4 years in. Okay. Our principal payment is only $390.83. Wait till it stops moving. And let me know when you see line 49.
I see it.
Okay. So if you were to make this payment here, and then you wanted to prepay this $390.83, you would knock out this interest cost here, and you'd be down to the very next line, but it only cost you $390.83 to get rid of one line instead of $1,200 to get rid of one line. I mean, yeah, $1,000 to get rid of one line. That's what happens when we lower the interest rate and then lower the amortization schedule, or lower our term. We actually make it harder to get aggressive on this loan to accomplish our purpose. So let me go back and show you this. After, we're just going to just take a look at line 1 to make it simple. I'm going to take a look at line 1 here. I'm going to take a look at line 1 here. Okay. On both loans, if we prepay $4,000 at the higher interest rate on the 30-year loan, if I prepay the $4,000 I would pay normally in 12 months, I kill 12 payments here, and then I save a ton of interest. $4,000, a little over $4,000 does that for me. On this new loan, look at what $4,000 does for me. It only knocks out 4 payments. So the idea is to use the money that you have to, if you want to aggressively attack this loan, you tell me, would we be better off attacking it at the higher interest rate or the lower one? Danny?
Danny, if you're speaking, you're on mute right now.
Sorry. At the lower rate, I'm at a lower principal, about half in principal. So would I be in a better situation to be more aggressive on the lower principal payment as far as what I'm paying in interest?
Okay, so
my interest is
I'm
listening.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my interest payment is around $460 opposed to about $800 on a 30-year.
Right.
Wouldn't it be more aggressively in a better situation to be more aggressive on the 15-year?
Well, see,
to being aggressive on the 30-year?
Well, here's the thing. You don't attack a loan with the interest payments. You attack a loan with the principal payments. Correct?
So my question is, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So my question is my payment pretty much only moved from my 15-year to from my 30-year. It moved about $300.
Right.
So are you saying that it would be more beneficial to keep the 30-year and make to make a annual payment and a principal payment?
Well, I'm just right now. I'm not trying to give you exactly what to do. I'm just trying to show you how the loans are set up. And when you see the loan set up, and then learn how we're teaching how an amortization schedule actually works. Now we're talking about which loan setup is more conducive to attacking the loan more aggressively. Is it the loan with the smaller principal payment or the loan with the larger principal payment? Because we attack this loan, we want to get rid of payments. We want to get to what is going to be the easiest way to get to 0 payments. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And if I have an extra, do you see on this loan, how much money does it take to wipe out 1 year worth of payments on the lower interest loan? It takes $12,409 to knock out 1 year worth of payments, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. On the higher interest rate loan, $12,000 knocks off 3 years. So yeah, I have a higher interest rate. I have now a higher, I got a higher interest rate and a higher interest cost. But interest costs I skip don't matter. Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
So you tell me, are we better off with the higher interest rate loan or the lower interest rate loan if we want to pay off, if we want to aggressively attack this loan with 12 grand?
That would be better.
Exactly.
Situation.
Mm-hmm. But
so my question to you would be,
yes,
if I could pose a question, would these numbers equate to the same thing as making a principal payment at the end of the quarter or the end of the year?
oh no, oh no, you want to make them at the right time, and with the right amount of money, and here's why. Okay, so if we have this loan, I have the original loan on here now. Okay, so when it stops moving, we start out with an interest payment of $847.88. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay, and at the end of the year, okay, we start out at 847, but at the end of the year we have 834. So the longer I wait, the interest costs get cheaper. I can't save as much money if I wait. So let me ask you this. If I have a particular loan, if I put $5,000 down on that loan, I will reduce my principal by $5,000 no matter where I attack the loan. Correct? So
My
no.
bad, Don. I muted because of background noise.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna have to come off mute again. So no matter how much I owe on the loan, no matter where I pay it, I can reduce that loan by $5,000 where I do it in year 1, year 5, or year 10. If I put $5,000 on principal, I reduce the loan by $5,000, don't I?
Yes.
But the longer I wait, I save less interest by doing that, because the interest starting here is 847. So I want to knock out the most expensive interest payments on my loan. If I go down to year 5, the interest payments down here are only $771. So the longer I wait, the cheaper the interest, and the more expensive the principal payments. So the longer I wait, I can't save as much interest in year 5 as I could in year 1. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So here's what we're talking about when it comes to these loans. If your loans were 0% interest, we would not be having this conversation. Because you'd know that, oh, that's the best thing I could ever have, is to have a mortgage with 0 interest, so all of my money would go to principal. But because we have an interest cost involved, now we have to take a look at, when we attack the loan, how can we save the most interest possible by paying the right amount of money at the right time, in the right month, on the right day of the month, and then we can eliminate the most amount of interest possible with the money that we have available. Does that make sense, sir?
It makes sense.
Okay. So even though we have that, so you're a real estate investor, I take it?
No, I'm just a homeowner.
Homeowner. Are you thinking about getting into real estate investing?
Kind of, sort of. I'm a union carpenter, so I do a lot of hands-on work.
Okay.
I actually bought this house for $50.
Yeah.
It's worth about $475 right about now. And I wanted to see if it was beneficial to make another move upwards as far as a bigger house for a bigger family right now.
Yep.
But I'm kind of leaning towards just paying the house off.
Okay. Well, even if you cash out refi and to get the bigger house, make sure you get a 30-year loan and You want to get the right interest rate for you, not necessarily the lowest interest rate. So I never recommend buying down the rate.
Okay.
Okay. So we could put a renter in the house you're in now, get the new home, put it at 30 years, and have them both paid off in about 10 or 11 years. How's that sound?
Sounds great, but being responsible for about 220 grand right now, then having a responsibility of this primary residence into a new residence,
right,
about around $500,000-$600,000 seems a bit kind of not a brace that I would eagerly want to cross right now.
Well, listen, then don't. Then let's see what we could do. We can certainly save you. When we take a look at how much interest you have left to pay on your current loan, let's see how we could save you interest on your current loan and then pay off your current loan in about 5 or 6 years instead of the 15 that you have now. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay. So what you'll do is that you could go to ice10klive.com, and then you'll see at the same the very same digital business card, you can click on where it says get a savings and earnings report. Fill out that information. Someone from my staff will then set up a consultation, and then you can know the month, day, and year you could be debt free and how much interest you could save with our program.
Sounds great.
Okay. And we use a computer. We use a cloud-based computing platform that's artificially intelligent that leads you and tells you exactly what to do, just like financial GPS. So you don't have to think about it. The program actually prompts you when to put the money on the debt, what month to do it in, what day of the month to do it on, and we're going to calculate your interest savings so that you can save the most amount of interest per dollar. I'll be glad to work with you.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, one more general question.
Sure.
Maybe a couple. So when I'm making my initial payment,
yeah,
on my next initial payment before the new payment is scheduled,
yep,
is that just for the principal payment that I'm allotted to pay, or do I pay the same amount that I would initially pay if it was a regular payment?
That is an awesome question. And a lot of people get confused on that. So what you're really looking at is how I want to put the principal down. So we're calculating only on the principal payment because the interest cost on that is not mortgage payment. Mortgage has to do with the money you borrowed. And when you look at an amortization schedule, it's the principal line, the principal column, that's the money you borrowed. The interest column, that's nothing more than rent on your money. That's what interest is. It's rent that you're paying to borrow the money. So you're renting money. And when you're attacking the loan, you're only attacking it with the principal payments. Now, if you decide I want to put an entire mortgage payment on, what the bank is going to do is take, what are your principal payments? And they're going to divide the principal payments into that entire mortgage payment and says, how many principal payments are in here? And that's how many payments you're going to knock off. So if I can explain it a little more, let's just say your principal payments are about $300, but your entire mortgage payment is $900. So you make a $900 mortgage payment, and then you say, I want to prepay $900. That would be your entire mortgage payment. But there are 3 principal payments in that $900. So you actually knock about 3 lines off your amortization schedule with the $900. So you want to focus on the principal payment, not the entire payment. So when you're doubling up on your mortgage, you only double up when people say double up on your mortgage payment. Only look at the principal part. That's how you double up. Just the principal part. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
All right, excellent. Any other questions?
No, that's about it right now. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I do value your time. Thank you so much.
Danny, thank you so very much for coming to the stage. All right, and sharing with us. All right, Kurt, Jared, back to you.
All right, Danny, thank you for all those questions. Super helpful. And we got about less than an hour left. So if you want to come on stage to ask a question, feel free to do so. Dr. Jamisha, thank you so much for coming to the stage. We're going to get to you shortly. But before we do, I want to give some moderators a chance to introduce themselves. Before I do that, Don, you have a best-selling book that's out right now. We got 10K cards who you're partnering with to add extra value to the book offer. So just love for you to just tell people about the book, the value that they can get from it, and then also the partnership with 10K.
All right. All right. Listen, folks, out of 33 million books on Amazon, there's only one that talks about what we're talking about today. One that explains an amortization schedule and how to defeat it. That's the P.I.L.L method, a better way to eliminate debt. And it's recently been #1 on Amazon. You want to get that book today and start learning about the basics of how to eliminate interest cost. Stop worrying about interest rate. We're so focused on interest rate, we totally miss how we can control our interest costs. This book will give you the wherewithal to understand the basics, and then we will guide you into how to get the opportunity cost calculator that it talks about in the book, so that you can know exactly what to do to save the most amount of money in interest that you possibly can. And folks, just to inspire you to go ahead and get that book today, we're going, that 10K card that you're clicking on, the digital card, I have prepaid for you to get get one of those cards. Okay, I've prepaid that you can get one for yourself. Sean 10K Lashley is here. He's going to tell you why that card is so important.
You know, Don, when you tell me you're prepaid for one of those cards, I don't want him to think you're prepaid for one of them. You prepaid for everyone that purchased the book to get one of those cards, okay?
Yes.
Let's make sure you get that correct. Guys, the reality of the situation is Don has been using this card efficiently to navigate the entire team through the different products on the card. And he actually want to bring that to the audience now. So he said everyone that purchased a book will get a 10K card so they can use it for themselves or their business. So if you are a professional or you own a business, you want to put everything that's related to your business all in one place. And that'll make it easy for you to spread your word to the rest of the audience. And in turn, end up doing more business with for you and your family. So everyone to get a copy of Don's book, guys, go fill out your savings and earnings report. And then all you have to do is claim your digital business card. Send a copy of the receipt to us, and the other is going to walk you through the steps. Because for 2022, if you're not leveling up, guess what? Your competitors are. So don't get left behind, guys. Be the best by using the 10K card. With that said, Captain Don, back to you, my brother.
Thank you so very much, Ms. Kenyatta. How are they going to get their 10K card?
This is how they're going to screenshot that receipt proving that they bought the good book, the P.I.L.L method book, okay? Then you're going to go to ice10klive.com. You're going to go over to the right, 2 spots down where it says I'm ready, and you're going to upload that receipt. Then you're going to let us know what your social media handles are, your website, phone number, email. You're going to designate a place for us to drop off that digital card, and you'll receive your own 10K card valued at $100.
All right, folks. So what's next, Jared?
So definitely make sure you tap in with that book. And it looks like Dr. Jamisha is on the phone right now. I see another question's coming to the stage.
Yes.
But real quick, I wanted to give some of the new moderators a chance to introduce themselves. And then we're going to get to Dan. So, Sharice, if you're around, if you could do a quick introduction, and then Giuseppe, 10K, then Credit Goddess, and then we're going to get to Dan. So, Sharice, are you around?
Hey, Jared, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound good.
Awesome. This is Sharice Crawford. I've been here in Washington, D.C., 20 years of service here in the District of Columbia, and recently was a candidate in the at-large council cycle, which we basically would, if won the election, I would have been able to pass some of the laws around housing and zoning. And so now we're creating new ways to figure out how do we create consumer protection around some of the loans right now, because I still believe that consumer protection, even though you're operating things on the back end, our goal is to protect consumers and mortgage seekers on the front end. And so really here to listen, learn, share some of the knowledge that we have around zoning. I'm actually walking into a session where we're being honored today, but thank you, Jared, for the room. There's been so much value here. And so I'm so excited about those who are in the audience who are paving the way to becoming debt-free and paying off their mortgages and building generational wealth for those that are coming behind us. And so happy to connect with you all. I just won a case against Meta to get our name back, so we're back on Instagram. Some of the old content was removed, but we were able to win that. And so really happy to be here. Looking forward to building generational wealth. Looking forward to stabilizing families. Looking forward to protecting families from predatory loans as we come out of this pandemic. Thanks so much, Jared.
Awesome. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Giuseppe is in the building. Giuseppe, please introduce you.
I'm happy, Jerry. Happy Sunday, everyone. My name is Giuseppe. I'm an Italian real estate investor since 1991. I invested around the world before I started invest 2006 in USA. I invested in Dubai, Brazil, Argentina, India. But after I touched with my heart USA, Florida, Jacksonville, I never changed my idea. This is the best country in the world to invest in real estate market, because if you have a knowledge, take action, hard work, the system of banks, Jared, there are in USA is the best in the world. I'm the great proof that give the value of the topic is in two things. One is if you are a real estate investor like me, I give you these two numbers. Last 3 buildings that I bought, each of one for $1 million, Jared, I bought all of 3 with 825%, 25% payment down plus the closing cost is not. You use your 825%, but today I have $1 million building and totally 67 units. And also, if you are not in a real estate investor and you go use more in the best way, you can buy your property. You can learn in this room how you can buy your personal property with only the 5% payment down. Again, real estate is my life. Check my Instagram and, take action is my great power. Integrity, take action. Check my Instagram, check my TikTok, because for the first time in my life, I start to record the video in English. And step by step, I would like to drive you how you can become real estate investor. This is Giuseppe. Back to you, Jared.
Awesome, Giuseppe. Thank you so much for supporting the stage. 10K in credit. We're going to some quick intros, and then Dr. Jamisha, thank you so much for your patience. And Dan, we see you as well. So 10K.
Hey, super good morning, Jared. How are you? Look, it's always a pleasure being in the room. Most importantly, helping people to understand exactly how to lower their interest on their mortgage and their loans is pretty cool. But also promoting yourself and getting business out there, guys, is something completely important, in my opinion. So if anyone in the room does not have a 10K card, they definitely consider getting one. And the best way to get it in this room is just to get a copy of Don's book. Because if you go to our website, the product is going to cost you $100. But through Don's system, he's gifting you one with the purchase of book. So take advantage of it, guys. I'm here for the statement. Back to you.
Awesome. Credit guys, I'm not sure if you are available. I know you're doing double duty, but if you're free, please let everybody know who you are.
Yes, really quickly, I am doing double duty. Currently attending the event, the WARR event. It is happening today. It started at 9 o'clock and it will end at 6. So we have a packed day full of information. But myself, I'm here. I'll be speaking at 2:40. So if any of you guys are attending the event, definitely can tap in on the business credit, because that's what I'll be talking about. My name is Rose Laura Lewis, also known as Credit Goddess. I'm all things credit and the official expert of the P.I.L.L Method crew. I'm a credit score improvement strategist and credit consultant and educator at B.RRRR University. If any of you guys are interested in my services, definitely tap into creditgoddess10k.com. Thank you. And now I'll go back to my event.
Thank you, Credit Goddess.
All right. So, Dr. Jamisha, thank you so much for your patience. Please let us know what your question is.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My question is this, and I kind of think that Don answered it in asked Danny's question, but can I pay say April is coming up for payment.
Mm-hmm.
Can I pay April and May
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, but say I only want May's payment to go towards principal for May? Does that do anything for my interest, my taxes, or anything like that? Does that get wiped away, or how does that work?
Okay.
For my benefit, that was one question. I can only have one question, or do I just?
Oh no, you can have multiple.
So the next question.
Let's handle the first one first.
Okay.
Because
yes, sir.
Yeah, because I have Asperger's and I have ADD. I can only remember one at a time.
Gotcha.
Is that okay?
Yes, sir. I respect all that. Yes.
All right. Excellent. So here's what we're talking about. If you're looking at your amortization schedule, all right, and any amount of money that you prepay, meaning I pay towards, I give the bank that money, it's going to go to principal if you direct the bank to do that. It'll either go to principal or it could go to your escrow account. There's only two places it can go. All right. So whatever you put down, I don't care if it's $1 extra, you're going to save interest and you're going to save time.
Thank you. Okay. So here's my issue.
Yes.
I've been doing that, but the bank holds it, and then they kind of say they don't know where to put it, even though I have said to them, I want this to go to principal.
Right.
Are they doing that? Are they doing that on purpose?
Let me help you there. The bank has its rules on how to prepay principal. It's not the same at every bank, and people assume that it is. Find out what their rules are. What are the rules to prepay principal? And they'll tell you what the rules are. You follow the rules. They have to do. They will have to apply it to principal. Find out what their rules are, and they'll do that. Now, are you paying a complete mortgage payment before you try to put money? Okay, as long as you pay the complete mortgage payment, you can then apply money to principal. It's written in your contract.
Okay, thank you.
No, so you had another question?
I did. So this, I think, is an opinion question. What are your thoughts on paying every 2 weeks on a mortgage?
That is called a biweekly payment. Okay. And biweekly payments generally, the whole idea is so that you can pay 13 payments a year instead of 12. Every 6 months, you will make a third payment. So instead of making a payment in around the 1st of the month, and then another one around the 15th, and then another one around the 30th, that's what you do every 6 months. But for 10 months out of the year, you're just making a payment on the 1st and the 15th. That does nothing to help you 10 months out of the year, because they will hold half your payment. And then when you make the second half of the payment on the 15th, that's when they will apply the money to the mortgage. So 10 months out of the year, it saves you no money at all. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
All right. So are you paid biweekly at work?
I am.
Okay. So every 6 months you get that third paycheck in the same month. There you go. And so every 6 months you will apply a third half payment to that mortgage. Now, when you add those two half payments together, that makes 13 payments per year. Now, the longer you wait to put money on the principal, you bring the principal down by the same amount of money, but the longer you wait, the cheaper the interest costs are, and you can't knock out the most expensive ones because you're waiting 6 months just to give the bank half a payment. And you don't have to do that. You could do it on your own time. All of my clients who come on board with me who have a biweekly payment, they get rid of it and just start paying once a month. And then we help them to disrupt the bank's timing, save enough interest so they're out of debt in about 7 years on their mortgage. How's that sound?
That sounds good. Thank you so much. Sounds amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming to the stage and asking your question. Are you complete? Oh, got a phone call. All right, Jared.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you so much. I am complete. Thank you.
You're welcome. We got a question on online, Jared. All right, Kurt. What do we have online?
Yeah, we have a comment from Lanisha Nellums. She's in the Houston area, and she wanted to ask a little bit about getting some help with her student loans. Can this program help with her student loans? I had responded to her in the chat, asking her to give us a little more information, but not 100% certain if you're still with us. So, Lanisha, if you are still with us, please comment in the chat. Let us know if you have any more information to share. But Don, anything you can share about student loans that the P.I.L.L method can do definitely would be helpful to her and for others that are listening as well.
All right. Well, why don't we just do that? Why don't we put something on the screen that talks about student loans? How about that? So I am going to share a new screen.
All right.
And there we go. All right. So let me get this out of the way. And there we go. All right. You should be seeing student loan larceny on the screen right now. Okay.
We are about to put it up, and it's up. Yep.
There we go. So, folks, here's a little bit about student loans and how they work. Based on the information that you've learned earlier, this was a student came to me not too long ago. And so here's my student loan situation. I have $9,500 that I owe at 6% interest, not $95,000, just $9,500 at $50 a month. Explaining this to them, then we've got how many years does this take to pay this loan off? It actually takes 601 payments. That's 601 months to pay this loan off of $9,500 at $50 a month at 6%. That's 50 years. 50 years? Did you say what?
She just responded. I'm just letting you know that she is here. She just responded. She says, yes, I'm here. And she is listening. I believe her student loan is $20,000, and they're looking to buy a home for the first time. So continue.
All right. So remind me about that, buying the home, because having a student loan should not prevent you from buying a home. I'm going to let you know that right now. All right. So we have 50 years to pay that off. And here's how much interest the bank wants. $20,550 in interest on that loan. And to total repaid, $30,050. That means the total interest paid as a percentage of principal is not 6%. It's 216.316%. That's what's going on here. So if we take a look at the loan, the way this breaks down at $50 a month, the very first month, $2.50 goes to principal, $47.50 goes to interest. Let's just say that's payment number one. That's January's payment. February's payment is also $50, but $2.51 goes to principal, $47.49 goes to interest. So if we pay that payment number one, $250 to principal, $47.50 interest, we're paid down to the principal balance of $9,497.50. Now, if we take a look at this schedule, we don't have to wait to February to give the bank an extra $2.51. Folks, this is all what I'm showing you here is the absolute truth. $2.51 we're going to prepay. We're not going to wait till February. We're going to give that to the bank in January on top of our regular payment, which would make a total of $52.51. We give that to the bank. We're paid down to line 2 in January, where we owe $9,494.99, which means our new February payment is on line 3 of this schedule. Wow. We just got rid of line 2 for $2.51. And what happened to the $47.49 on line 2? We canceled it. It was eliminated. So if that is the case, then what happened if we took a look at 1 year paid off? So in 1 year, we would normally pay this loan down by $30.84, doing it the bank's way, paying $50 a month. But it would cost us $569.16 instead. Well, what if we paid the $30.84 up front at one time? Give the bank their $50, then give them an additional $30.84 on top of that. We're going to prepay $30.84. We knock out the interest cost between line 2 and line 12, all gone. And this, excuse me. Had to get a little drink of water. I get so excited. Okay, folks, here's what's happening. $569 interest wiped out because we gave the bank that money early.
Let me jump in there for just a second. Go ahead and get your
go right ahead, man. Go right ahead.
I want to make sure you're okay today. But yeah, there's a lot to be said for student loans, and you're getting ready to see this example as well. For those that are online, those that are in the room on Clubhouse, I want to make sure you guys are able to see the example. ice10kvideos.com. Don is so thorough that it doesn't matter if you put it in with ice10k video or ice10k videos, plural, you're going to get to the same place. And that's on his lovely YouTube page where he is intentional about growing. So once you land on that page, you'll probably see something there that says how to pay off a mortgage in 7 years. And you'll see a little live bug on that video. That'll be the one you want to click on. But before you do, you want to make sure that you hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified, even if you're not on Clubhouse, whenever Don goes live, so that you can actually jump in here and get some of this information, this wealth generating information. Plus, we want to make sure that we can grow, and YouTube rewards those numbers, that subscriber count as it goes up. For those that 15, 16, I don't know, we got 20 something people watching online. We'd love for you to be able to share what we have going on here as well, so that more people can know what's happening. I don't know anybody in my circles that are not affected by student loans. So this information that he's getting ready to dive into is absolutely critical and will help to set you up to get that thing paid off. Understanding this piece gives you the information to be able to make an informed decision. I think that's the best way to say what happens in this room. Getting information that allows you to make an informed decision. And then once you have that information, you can now know exactly what the ramifications of each option is. And that's why he calls it an opportunity cost calculator. That's really what the P.I.L.L method is. Whereas what we're showing now is just information that allows you to make an informed decision. Don, I'm still stalling. This is what I do.
Listen, man, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It allowed me to get my voice back. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
My voice was attacking me.
Yeah, we had to get that thing situated. So, but yeah, we're back on the screen now. It sounds like you're ready to go. So I'm going to hand it back over to you.
All right, sir. Thank you.
No
Now,
problem.
listen, folks, we're looking at this same amortization schedule, but I moved it down so that we can see payments 14 through 24. And I'm sorry, 14 through 25. And in 25 months, that's 2 years, 1 month, we would pay this loan down by $66.39, and it would cost $1,183.61 in interest. But if we were to prepay the $66.39, we'd be paid down to line 25 on the amortization schedule in just 1 month. $66, folks. And it would save us over $1,000 in interest. This is what we do to student loans when we know how they actually work. So if you want to know more about eliminating your student loans, then contact us at ice10klive.com and then click on Get a Savings and Earnings Report. Put all of your information in. If you have a home and student loans, you definitely want to put it in. But folks, you want to talk to your realtor, okay? And we've got some folks on the stage even now that will tell you a student loan doesn't necessarily keep you from getting your home. Please don't disqualify yourself. Talk to an expert, someone who's a professional in that field. Talk to a lender. Talk to your real estate agent, and they'll tell you if your student loans are going to prevent you from buying a home. All right? Don't disqualify yourself. All right? Jared, back to you, sir. Oh, there he is.
On the back channel. Hey, what's up, everybody? So, yeah, for everybody in the room, thank you so much for being here. Thank you to the 34 people that have shared. Kind of like 30 minutes left. Keep on sharing the room. Raise your hand. Come on stage if you have a question. But Don, real quick, we haven't had a chance to mention this amazing event happening May 20 to the 22nd. We'd love for all the people in the room to have an opportunity to attend this amazing experience.
All right. Listen, folks. In May, you definitely want to be here. It's going to be absolutely amazing what we're going to be talking about in May. Let's put that on the screen. What we're going, we have. Let's put the other one up. Can we put that one up? There we go. All right. So we're going to be in Nashville, Tennessee, on May 20 through the 22nd. We have speakers from all over the country showing up, talking about mindset and finances. We're going to have people talking about real estate. We're going to have people talking about you can become a lender without a license. Yes, you can. Listen, can you imagine being able to lend up to $8 million on a project and then make up to between 1 and 3 points, 1 and 5 points on that loan without a license? You can learn how to be a business purpose lender and do that. You can learn how to buy and sell real estate. You can learn how to buy real estate with no money down, no money out of pocket. We're going to learn about short-term rentals. We have Jay Massey in the building. Listen, he built up an empire of over 400 short-term rentals, and he's teaching people all over the country how to do it, how to get into short-term rentals. Oh my goodness. We have speakers that are experts in their field. Over 15 different speakers are showing up to talk to you about how you can level up and have the right mindset to succeed. And the piece de resistance is the #1 motivational speaker in the entire world, Dr. Eric Thomas. Yes, it's ET. Your boy ET is going to be in the house. So listen, if you want to be there in the building, if you possibly can, we have put together an all-star cast for you in May. You want to be there. So let me let 10K talk to you a little bit about why you want to be in this building. Come on, 10K.
I mean, Don, you can have a beautiful, beautiful computer, yeah, but if you don't have the right software in it, what's the point of having that computer? So what this conference is basically individuals not only get mind right, but get thinking correctly around money, around success, around growing and expanding their business. And it's not only for the individual, bring your entire family, guys. It's gonna be a family resort. You're welcome to bring your entire family. Make an event out of it. It'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And beside all the dynamic speakers that's gonna be there, it's gonna be a great escape for you and the family. So you can easily write this off as an what you call this thing. You can write it off as an expense for the year as a tax write-off, and you can take your vacation for the year off the list. It's gonna be fun. Looking forward to all the dynamic speakers that's gonna be there. And lives will be changed, Don. Lives will be touched. And hearing you on the app is one thing, but actually getting to see you, witness you in person doing this is going to be something completely different. So I remember the first time I had my major aha moment is when I actually saw Don in person explaining the product. And Don did it at someone else's conference. So can you imagine the bells and whistle that'll be put on as he did at his conference? Guys, it's going to be a different conversation. So definitely make a note of it. Share the link with your friends. Tickets will be selling out within a week of launch. So make sure you lock yourself in, guys, so you can be there. Looking forward to spend time with you, and most importantly, bring a family member or your entire family with you. It is going to be fun. With that said, Don, back to you.
Folks, go to ICE 10K events to get your ticket. We've got a special video sent over from Eric Thomas's camp, their organization center. We're going to play it for you right now. You'll be able to hear it on Clubhouse, but you'll be able to see it on the live stream. Go ahead.
This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Your grandma counting on you to do the right thing. Your mama counting on you. Your cousins, your brothers and sisters are counting on you to cash in on this opportunity. Everybody want to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do. There are kids that don't get what they don't eat like you eat. They're at the same university. They don't get what you get. But with this right here, your skill set, this thing can take you wherever you want to go and then take your kids wherever you want them to go. You know how many people would die to have the gear y'all got? You know how many people would die to get on these planes and travel the world? You know how many people would die to have your life? And you got it. Let's go. You got money, but do you got that dog? Yeah, you got money, you got privilege, but do you got that dog? Do you got that stamina? So yeah, you might have something I don't have right now, but if I work hard, I can have what you have. I want you to chant it out. This is it. Be phenomenal or be forgotten. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten. Last time. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten.
Right there.
Wow, folks. Listen, you do not want to miss this opportunity to see Dr. Eric Thomas in the building in May. Let me tell you something here. Do you know how much it costs to get an hour of his time as a consult? He does consults. To sign up for a consult is $10,000 an hour. $10,000 an hour. If you paid the fabulous speakers, we have 15, maybe even 16 speakers are going to be there for you in that place, talking about how to level up your business, how to level up your thinking so that you can have the spiritual mindset to get through the tough times. If you added up just the initial consultations for all these speakers, it would come up to over $25,000. And they're going to be there for you, helping you to level up. I'm telling you, this is going to be like no other conference you've ever seen in your life. Be there. Jared, back to you, sir.
Man, that clip got me fired up. I'm ready to run through a brick wall after hearing that. So, man, I'm excited to actually be there in person and feel that energy. And yeah, definitely click the link at the top. Sign up before the tickets sell out. It's going to be an amazing experience. I'll be in the building talking about mindset heading into the metaverse, because there's a lot of disempowered, scared thoughts in terms of what the future holds. But I'm super excited. And after that session, I hope you're as excited and, more importantly, have the tangible knowledge to thrive in this next phase of 3.0. That being said, we got 15 minutes left. We could squeeze in one more question. Kirk, I want to check with you. Any questions online?
Yes, actually, we do have one question online from Gerald M. on YouTube. He is asking, I have a $410,000 mortgage. I would like to pay it off in 5 to 7 years. I have a 2.75% interest rate. How can I do that?
Listen, man, you can definitely do that, but I'm going to give you just a hint by putting your information in here. $410,000.
Right.
All right. Listen, while I'm putting this in here, tell them how you can see this on screen.
Well, he's on YouTube, so he's definitely here already.
Okay, great. All right.
Yeah, he's
All
on
right.
YouTube.
Well, let's tell the other folks that are new to the
For
room.
the other folks that are on Clubhouse and other, for the folks on Clubhouse who are watching as well, or listening, I should say, definitely head over to ice10kvideos.com, and that will bring you right to Don's YouTube page. I believe Jared has already put the instructions there in the chat on Clubhouse, so you should be able to kind of follow that step by step. What we would recommend, of course, is coming over, not only watching the video that you see that says live on it, but also hitting that subscribe button so that you can definitely be notified whenever there's more content. Not everything that is shared on YouTube is shared on Clubhouse. So you definitely want to make sure you're notified on YouTube as well as Clubhouse, because that way you get the full picture of all the value that Don and his team at the P.I.L.L Method International are sharing. So Don, I see we still have the example, the student loan example shared. I don't know if you're sharing a different screen. I want to make sure we get that on screen for everybody.
All right, let's go ahead and share a different screen right now.
Sure.
All right, and there we go. And
all right,
got it. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
I appreciate all the help. Listen, folks, here's what we've got on the screen right now. You see $410,000 at 2.75%. The payment, just the principal and interest payment, is $1,673.79. If we take a look at this, and now here's what we're talking about. I'm going to, you want to watch the replays on getting the step-by-step, the play-by-play. But what we're talking about is knowing how to manage your funds. And I'm going to talk about it this way. When it comes to paying off your debt, we want to control the interest cost. And we want to do it with your current budget. You don't need more money to get out of debt. You need to pay less interest. Here's how we look at it. Number one, with the P.I.L.L method, is your lifestyle money. The money that you and your family spend so that you can enjoy life, vacations, soccer, whatever it is that you're doing, taking the kids to the museum, going to the amusement parks, whatever it is that your family is doing to have fun. That's number one, lifestyle money. Number one. The next underneath that is the money you're putting away for savings. So we're budgeting all this. You tell the program how much you spend on this per month. Then we're going to say, okay, how much are we spending on savings per month to put that away? Underneath that, how much are we spending on making the minimum payments on our debt? Okay, just the minimum payments on the debt, we put that into the program. Then the last thing we put into the program is how much does it cost to round out the rest of the budget? Food, electricity, your cell phone payments, things like that, things that you have to pay for just to be able to live from month to month, your regular monthly bills, TV, all of that. go in. Okay. Now, once you do all of that and you're tracking how much you're spending and how much you're making, then it's easier to figure out how much you have left over after all the bills are paid. Our program then will instruct you on how to put that money into your savings account. You just transfer the extra money into your savings account. Every 2 or 3 or 4 months, depending on the family or business or church that's using this program, the program will say, oh, we have enough money saved up. Let's apply that to principal on a particular loan. The program is going to help you to choose which loan we're going to attack. It's going to help you to know how much money exactly to the penny to apply to that loan, what month to do it in, what day of the month to do it on, and we're going to figure out your interest savings so you can save the maximum amount of interest per dollar. When you do that, our program will tell you from day one how much interest you're going to save and the month and year you're going to be debt free. In fact, we'll even give you the date, the month, year, and the day you're going to be debt free by following this program. And it's usually within a 7 to 9 year window. But just looking at this loan here, okay, where we have payments of principal payments of around $700. If we make this very first payment on line 1, we see the principal payment on line 2. What if we prepaid the $735.89? We just give that to the bank early. We know we have to pay it eventually, but let's just say we give it to the bank early. In the same month, we make our regular payment. Do you realize that we skip right over this $937.90 in interest on line 2? We never have to pay that. We just got rid of line 2 on this schedule for $735. And now we're on line 3 for the very next month. Folks, this just gives you an idea of what happens when you prepay. We know we can prepay. We know we can pay early. We just don't know what happens when we do. If more people knew that you can figure out when to pay so that you can save the maximum amount of interest per dollar, let's just say we figure this thing out. And the maximum for you would be, I can save $6 in interest for every dollar I apply to principal in the right way. What? $1 saves me $6 in interest I don't have to pay? Well, then that means $2 would save me $12 in interest. So folks, just multiply it from there. All right. But what if you didn't have a calculator to tell you when to apply it to get $6 in savings per dollar? What if you were doing it on your own and ended up getting $2 or $3 in interest savings for every dollar? You're saving. You're definitely saving. But you're not tracking. You're not measuring. And folks, you can't optimize what you cannot measure. And we've been taught not to measure. We have given you the tools now that you can measure to make sure that you save the maximum amount of interest per dollar. And that is the opportunity cost calculator. And so who is this we're talking to that has a question online? Gerald. Gerald. Okay, Gerald, here's what you're going to do. Now, please go to ice10klive.com. All right, ice10klive.com, and then I'll take you to my digital business card. When you get to the digital business card, click on the button that says Get a Savings and Earnings Report. Fill out all the information there. Someone from my staff will get with you, and then we will set up a consultation. At that point, you will then know the month, day, and year you could be debt-free and how much interest you're going to save. And then, just so you know, the amount of interest that you save for most of our clients is somewhere between $100,000 and $150,000 in interest on average that they'll never have to pay. We get a small percentage of the interest savings that you were going to pay the bank. In other words, we're going to get your bank to pay your fee for your lifetime program. In interest, they're no longer going to receive. How do you like them apples? All right. Anything else online?
No, that looks
Jared,
like it for now.
that's it. All right, Jared, back to you. Where are we?
All right. So there's no more questions on the stage. We got like 7 minutes left. So yeah, if there's no more questions in the audience or on the chat, then I think we can go ahead and round this off. So what we're gonna do, first off, thank you everybody for being in this room. We really appreciate your time. Hopefully you've gotten a lot out of this room. If you want to come back, feel free to click that greenhouse at the top, follow the club, invite some of your friends and family to join the club as well. And then what I also want you to do is make sure you click on Don's profile, give him a follow, click that bell next to the follow icon, and click always on, because if Don is on Clubhouse, he's surrounded with the best of the best real estate and finance professionals. And that way you'll also get alerted every time we open this room, which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern time, and then Sundays at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Also, we'd love for you to click ice10klive.com and check out his other social media channels. YouTube, go ahead and subscribe, share, comment, like, all that fun stuff. This will help move these videos up the algorithm so more people in the community can be exposed to this message. Check him out on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter as well, where he curates conversations in a unique fashion on every single social media platform. And definitely make sure you check out the book as well as the conference coming up via ice10kevents.com. So what we're going to do is do some moderator outros. But before we do that, Don, I want to give you a final chance to say a couple words to the group, the audience.
All right, folks, listen. Right now we have on the screen, Dr. Eric Thomas and myself. We're developing a spiritual money mindset. We are going to be there in where are we going to be? Oh,
Nashville,
at
Tennessee.
Opryland, Gaylord Opryland, and the resort in Nashville, Tennessee. Oh my goodness, folks! It is a fabulous place. We're going to have at least 15 different speakers from around the country talking about business credit, personal credit, social media, mindset, starting a family bank, buying and selling real estate, some of it with no money and no money down, developing passive income, short-term rentals, you name it, it's going to be in the building, and we're going to show you how you can save that money. And we're going to queue up Dr. Eric Thomas here in just a second. That's going to be one of the things that we play on the way out, but I want you to know that we're going to be there. Please, and also get my book, share it with others, and then get a 10K card that goes along with it. And also on that same 10K card at ice10klive.com, you can also see where you can get the tickets for this fabulous program. You want to be in this space. There's also going to be virtual tickets for those of you that cannot travel at that time, so you can watch it at home, right on your computer, on your iPad, on your phone. So listen, it's going to be a great time, and I'll be back at the very end, and we're going to talk about Dr. Eric Thomas here in just a few seconds. Go ahead, Jared.
Awesome. So yeah, I'll be in the building, and I hope you will be too. Look forward to meeting you. And yeah, we're going to do some moderator outros, and then we're going to close it out so we can enjoy this lovely Sunday. So first, I wanted to shout out Sharon. She always comes up and supports. You want to just definitely check her out if you want to see some more international flavor on the hallways. She's bringing the Taiwan audience into the P.I.L.L method. And then she does a lot of great rooms. So check out her replays. She's always on the best stages. So make sure you follow Sharon. And I'm going to pass it to Credit Goddess, and then 10K, Sharice, and then myself, and then we'll close out. So Credit Goddess, you got it.
Yes. Hey, everyone. Thank you for tuning in with us on a Sunday. You didn't have to be here, but you were, and got valuable information here. Now, if any of you guys have any credit challenges, definitely tap in with me. I have DIY and done-for-you services on both personal and business credit. We all know that credit is your good name, Your credit profile, once you need to have that stated, so that way you can gain access to other people's money, whether you want to buy your first car, second, third, buy your home, second, third, and also start a business or get into real estate investing. But having access to other people's money involves your credit report. You want that to be in good standing so that way you can get the best rate and the best term, and then turn around and use Don P.I.L.'s method to save on interest costs over time. Believe it or not, you can purchase a home in your lifetime, 2-3 homes in your lifetime, just by applying this method, and also gaining access to other people's money to do so. If any of you guys are credit challenged, definitely tap in with me by sending me your name and phone number. Well, you have your phone number there, but name and email address to the phone number in my bio. That's 888-557-5778. That's 888-557-5778. A link will be sent to you to book a free consultation or even a paid consultation. The difference between the two is the paid consultation. We would dive deep into your credit to tell you exactly what's affecting your credit and what you need to do to improve it. Whether you hire me for services or not, at least you have the blueprint. And that is what you need to get started. So that way we're not trying to figure things out. You know exactly what you need to do. So definitely tap in with me. And if you want to check out any of my other services, definitely tap in at creditgoddess10k.com. Until then, we'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern. Bye-bye.
Awesome. Definitely make sure you follow Credit Goddess. She drops gems on this app. Make sure that you get her services if you want to be in the best position credit-wise. 10K cards, you got it. Sean, 10K cards in the building. All right.
Super good morning, guys. How are you? Always a great room, guys. And the message of the day, if you didn't know better, well, we'll do what we keep doing. But when you do learn better, let's do better, guys. Also, you can have the best business in the world, but if no one knows about you, you're not going to grow, you're not going to thrive. So if you have a great business, you have a great idea, let the world know exactly who you are and what you do. And there's no other better way to do it than with a 10K card. Also, most importantly, everyone on stage with the mortgage or knows someone with the mortgage, let's expose them to the P.I.L.L method so we can all keep moving the family wealth table to the top. With that said, back to Jared.
Awesome. Sharice. All right, Sharice might be away, but definitely check out her profile. Super dope woman.
There she is.
Wonderful. Yeah, I have this is Sharice Crawford, 20 years of service in community and policy engagement, political strategist, and I focus on consumer protections on the front end, really making sure that the policies that the banks have in place are actually being followed on the front end. So also make sure those things are checked out. We have represented families who have bought homes that were mortgages defaulted that could have been prevented. And now we have families who are homeless and still paying on mortgages that should have never been granted to the properties. And so consumer protection on the front end is always a great way to go. So if you haven't yet bought that home and you're looking like, hey, how can I buy it on the front end? Or if some challenges have happened, we work with the Office of the Attorney Generals and also legislators to make sure that consumers are protected at the highest level. And so I really want to thank this group for their expertise in managing the back end and really navigating this process. But we also want to make sure that our families are represented and protected, especially coming out of this pandemic. That's my time. It's Sharice Crawford. Thank you, Jared. Thank you so much for this room. This was very educational and informative for me to go back to our constituents here in Washington, D.C. and beyond.
Absolutely. And if your constituents need private P.I.L.L method sessions, hit up Dom's team. He does corporate engagements as well. But hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Jared Albritton. Been in tech over 15 years. I built community on Clubhouse by helping people break into tech, especially the African American community, women, LGBTQ, just the underdogs. That's who I root for. I've now expanded my platform focusing on the metaverse, NFTs, crypto, because I want us to be early adopters and take advantage of the early opportunities and take advantage of all the opportunities as it rises in value And then also want to plug, if you go to my Instagram or my Twitter, in my bio, you'll see a link to a 5-episode season I'll be doing every Tuesday at noon Eastern time. It's called Metaversity, Enter the Metaverse, or Welcome to the Metaverse. Or we'll be bringing in thought leaders and people really actively making moves, buying real estate, buying tokens, buying domains, building out properties, all that good stuff in the metaverse, whether it's Decentraland, CryptoVoxels, Sandbox, Meta, Altspace, Spatial. We're going to give you a piece of everything. We'll have a Discord where we'll be basically collaborating in different metaverse and putting each other on to financial opportunities. The season is only $30 and it's for 5 weeks. It's very interactive. So if you're interested, check out the link in my IG bio, Twitter bio, and you can also find me in Nashville on May 20th to the 22nd. Don, any final thoughts before we close out?
Listen, man, speaking of Nashville, we've got a conference, an event to end all events, being in for 15 speakers from all over the country, men and women who are experts in their field, talking about personal credit, how to level up your business credit, social media, mindset. We're talking about starting family banks, buying and selling real estate, developing passive income, paying off all of your debt in about 7 years, short-term rentals, how you can become the bank and be a lender and lend up to $8 million without a license. Man, we're going to have it in the building. Not only that, but Dr. Eric Thomas, the #1 motivational speaker in the entire world, is going to be there. Let's play that clip.
This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Your grandma counting on you to do the right thing. Your mama counting on you. Your cousins, your brothers and sisters are counting on you to cash in on this opportunity. Everybody want to be a beast. Until it's time to do what beasts do. There are kids that don't eat like you eat. They're at the same university. They don't get what you get. But with this right here and your skill set, this thing can take you wherever you want to go and then take your kids wherever you want them to go. You know how many people would die to have the gear y'all got? You know how many people would die to get on these planes and travel the world? You know how many people would die to have your life? And you got it. Let's go. You got money, but do you got that dog? Yeah, you got money, you got privilege, but do you got that dog? Do you got that stamina? So yeah, you might have something I don't have right now, but if I work hard, I can have what you have. I want you to chant it out. This is it. Be phenomenal or be forgotten. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten. Last time. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten.
Space in May, May 20 through the 22nd. Listen, you're going to have the ability to have dinner with the speakers, depending on which ticket you buy. If you can have all access, go backstage with the speakers. You can have your picture taken with the speakers. Listen, man, you want to be there in the place, getting autographs, the whole 9 yards, and the information is going to be phenomenal, and it's going to all be centered around getting a spiritual money mindset. Go to ice10kevents.com and get your ticket before they sell out. Jared, thank you very much for helping us out. Kenyatta, all of the moderators, thank you so much for being here today. Kurt Nugent, take us out, please.